So welcome everybody. We are back with the fifth quarter, the third episode, and man, we've got a jam-packed episode for you guys today. With me today is, of course, you guys all know LJ, the commissioner of the 2K League, and then we got a brand new board member from both Madden and 2K. It's Chris Hobson. Chris, introduce yourself. Tell us what teams you own in each league.
I'm Chris. I own the Spurs. I also own the Lions in the Madden League. Madden League's not too successful right now, but it's getting better. 2K.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean in the Madden League, you picked up the Lions off a losing season, so yeah. I mean we'll be excited to have you back next year. But you're killing in the 2K League, right?
Still playoff hopeful in Madden.
Yeah.
2K's looking really strong right now.
Yep.
Hoping that'll work out.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, man. Well, it's good to have you, Chris. We're excited. He's going to be helping us out. Not only with the show on here with the fifth quarter, but also pushing trades through and overseeing just general SGL operations. So we're excited to have him. But we definitely, first thing we want to talk about and dive into is the 2K League. The Pro League has been nuts lately.
Yeah.
LJ, I mean, what do you think so far?
It's just like the NBA where the West is really top heavy. It just has a lot of powerhouse teams.
We all West.
Yeah, all three of us here are top 5 Western teams. So the East is a little lighter as far as talented coaches.
Yeah. But they're top heavy. It's like the top 5 are like really strong.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. Okay. Well, shoot, man. Let's go into it. Starting with the Eastern Conference. Let's pull up the number 5 team, Lemons, Austin Lemna from Muncie, Indiana. He is repping the Charlotte Hornets.
Yep, the Hornets.
So let's check it out real quick. Yep, man. So he's had a talented roster so far, right?
Yeah. He's made a lot of trades, and he's constantly in the trade market trying to trade even bench players and stuff like that.
He's built a solid lineup. Go to his full roster. We got.
So he's got David Lee, Deion Waiters, Miles Plumlee, Andrew Wiggins, Patrick Patterson, Ennis Cantor, Devin Harris, Anthony Morrow, Caldwell Pope, Jason Smith.
Yeah, Sock Ray has been huge for him.
Big hitter.
Lately.
He's a big hitter.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
he's a great player.
Yeah. And so it looks like he's number 5 in the East. He's beaten some talented teams. What's his record right now?
Lemons is 7-5.
Okay. Yeah.
7-5.
He handed me one of my first losses. He's a solid guy.
Yeah, for sure. And he's super active in the community, so great to have a player like that.
Yeah.
And he started with John Wall and actually acquired Derrick Rose, so not a bad pickup there. And then let's move on. At number 4 in the Eastern Conference, we got Andrew Halter.
Yeah.
And he's also in the Madden League, so he's a hybrid player, but he's doing great in the Eastern Conference so far. Let's check out his roster real quick. Cavaliers. Chris, have you played Halter yet?
I have. He was actually my first loss.
Really? Yeah, he beat me too.
He's strong.
He beat me also.
Yeah.
Down low, he's
dude, yeah, he's got a really strong. The Chef Mike Conley, man, I wanted him so bad.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is a solid championship piece. Ariza.
Yeah, Ariza. Joel Embiid is huge body down low.
So we've got several guys that have rings. Mario Chalmers has a ring.
Yeah.
And guys that can perform off the bench.
I like Clay Anthony early.
Yep. Rodney Hood can shoot.
Yeah.
So he's going to be, I honestly think Halter is going to be a problem in the East come playoff time.
He's beat all 3 of us, like I said, and we're all top 5 Western teams.
It's tough to play him just because Duncan is a huge difference maker. I don't think people realize that. Just because he's slow, I mean, he contests like everything.
Yeah, 99 hook shot too.
Yeah, and really high low post defense. So he's the number 4 team. Moving on, rounding out the top 3 is Reggie McDuffie. And man, y'all know Reggie from Madden League. He's killing in 2K League. So let's check his team out real quick. And me and him we're literally in a battle for best hybrid player right now. But I mean, one thing that's crazy about Reggie is he drafted Al Jefferson and Rajon Rondo, and both are no longer on the roster, and both are higher rated than his number 1 player right now, Dragic.
So he took a hit for points for more skilled in-game players, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Gerald Green plays nowhere near 78.
Yeah, Ben McLemore is actually plays really well. I feel like guys that can shoot and dunk is what you're looking for, you know?
Yeah.
If you can find a guy that can shoot the three and get in the lane.
And has an easy jumper.
Yeah.
He's got Moscow.
He's really good. Took me into OT.
Okay. Has Reggie played anyone special though? Is my question.
Yeah, Reggie beat Houston.
Okay.
I think he beat Houston.
Okay, that's a statement game.
And then he beat Detroit, which is tied for first in the
Okay,
league.
yeah,
so
that is a
beat
statement.
like top two teams in each conference. So he's definitely.
Can't hate on that, man. Yeah, Reggie, you're having a great year, both in Madden and 2K.
He's also 8-4.
Yeah, sitting at 8-4 and number 3 in the East. So, good position there. We'll see if he can keep it up with that roster. It's really mid-level heavy as opposed to having a star and then weaker guys. So that's what's up. Let's move on. Who's number 2? We got King Boogie, my guy from Virginia. He's also in the running for one of the top hybrid players in the SGL. And dude, his front court is ridiculous. He's got DeMarcus and DeAndre.
Yeah, with Ty Lawson at the helm.
Yeah.
Kyle Korver at the perimeter.
Jeff Green is solid.
Channing Frye.
Frye can shoot. He's solid.
Nate Walter is probably the best guy coming off this bench.
Yeah. And I mean, if he has confidence with Shabazz, he can probably make plays.
Yeah, Chase can hit that.
Glenn Davis is solid. So the Heat are looking strong. Their front court out rebounds everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Seriously, so he's going to be a tough guy to beat, especially in the playoffs when possessions are slowed down and you got bigs. So
bigs are so valuable in this game too.
Yeah.
Like you have to have good bigs.
Dude, no doubt.
He's beat also the Spurs and the Cavs are his notable.
Okay, so he's made some key wins too. And
7 for 7 from threes in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's crucial, dude.
Wow. It was a good game. Though.
Yeah. Okay. And let's move on to the number 1 team in the league or in the Eastern Conference right now. It is Ramon, Elite Rizza, as most people know. Dude has Paul George, and man, I was trying to acquire Paul George for KD, and he wouldn't even do it. But I mean, for good reason. He's number 1 in the East, so I can't hate on that. Let's see, what's his lineup look like, LJ?
Just traded for Bledsoe.
He's got Eric Bledsoe, Eric Gordon, Tyson Chandler, which is a very nice addition.
Reggie Evans can rebound.
Yeah, Jared Bayless, Jason Terry.
Yeah,
so
he's got a lot of specialists. You know what I'm saying? He's got
solid players.
Yeah, if he's a guy, he's looking for guys that are like, I mean, if you're a scorer, that's your job. You're scoring.
Yeah.
If you're a defender, you're defending. That's it.
All role players.
Yep. And then PG is, man, he's all around. Yeah, I think honestly, I mean, any of these top 5 guys in the East could run away with it easily. Just because, I mean, outside of that top 5, there's really not a lot of competition until someone shows up.
Yeah.
Look on the outside looking in. I mean, maybe Sheed from the Celtics, maybe. I can't really think of any other Eastern teams. What do you guys think?
Magic are up there.
Oh yeah, Mo. Okay.
Yeah, Mo's good.
Mo can play. Dwight, man, if Dwight, the Chicago Bulls owner, wakes up, he can play.
He's trying to turn it around. He's a summer league champ. So
yeah, and he's a returning champ, so that's interesting.
Watch out for Miggs. Oh, Miggs is Western.
Miggs is Western Conference,
yeah.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, let's go right into the West because man, the West is where it's crazy. Starting off, we got our guy David Kelly, who's also a hybrid player. He hasn't been in Madden League, so we're not going to have him in contention, but he's definitely chopping in 2K. I would say the most talented roster from top to bottom.
Really?
Yeah.
Paul Millsap is a beast for him. He's hitting threes, averaging like 20 and 12. He's just playing crazy.
Yeah, and he can rebound and he can stretch the floor, so he's a good spot there. DeRozan.
Yeah.
I mean, high flyer, but can shoot the mid-range and defend.
We actually just acquired DeRozan and Drew for Westbrook.
For Russell Westbrook. So we traded away Russell Westbrook, but I mean, it's
decent players in return. Or better than decent actually.
Marc Gasol might even be the early season MVP for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy grabs every rebound, seriously. So
the man behind the scenes.
Yep. And then you got a solid lineup there with Kemba, Drew, Jared Sullinger, Kid Gilchrist, Xavier Henry. I mean, all the way top to bottom. Deladova can shoot, Fredette can shoot. So, man, that is definitely a solid squad. He's sitting at 7-5, tied for 5th with several other teams. So let's go move on to.
And he's beat the Lakers, Grizzlies, Raptors, which are all top 5 teams. Also, so.
Yeah, David Kelly's going to be a problem. I can definitely tell you that. One of my dark horses, I guess, Shea, the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere in Summer League, but now he's in Pro League and showing that he belongs with the top teams in the West. You got John Wall, Jimmy Butler, Thad Young, Courtney Lee, Mason Plumlee, Tristan Thompson, and I mean, you guys would probably agree, no one gets to the rim like Shea does.
Yeah.
Right?
Tons now.
Chris, you beat Shea, right?
I beat Shea a couple times.
A couple times, okay. So
actually one league game.
So break down his game a little bit. I mean, and do you think he's a contender or a pretender?
He's definitely a contender. He's definitely really good. His defense is probably if not the top defense in the league, top 5 defense in the league.
Yeah.
And if he gets John Wall hot,
it's over. Yeah. They gave John Wall a really high 3-point rating in this game, so I thought that was interesting. So yeah, Shea can definitely do damage at the rack. In his defense, he plays that 1-3-1 trapping zone.
Yeah, he's one of the best at that, along with Utah.
Yeah.
He's also 7-5, and he's beat both Summer League and Pro League defending champs in this league. So
he's playing well, man. Shea's going to be one to watch. Let's move on to the Trailblazers, who are also 7-5. Another problem. Our guy LJ. LJ, tell us about your season, man.
Well, at first I had Kenneth Faried and Kawhi Leonard as my first 2 picks. I traded them for Kobe, and then I traded George Hill and Gordon Hayward somehow for Rudy Gay. And I traded Tony Allen for Isaiah Thomas. Other than that, I've got a lot of bums.
Yeah.
I just got those 3 guys and pretty much.
I feel like you got a lot of specialists though. Yeah. You're gonna let Kobe and Rudy do their thing, and then everybody else is gonna be a role player. You're gonna play defense and pass the ball to those 2.
Yeah, I use a lot of timeouts to keep them on the court as long as possible.
Yeah.
And I just pretty much just run my offense through Kobe.
Interesting. So now we have heard talks of Kobe, Rudy, and IT being on the block.
Yeah, we went 0-5 last night in some scrimmage play.
Okay, just some scrimmages.
It wasn't nothing to cry about, but it definitely made me think about my offense moving forward. So.
Okay. Well, you're sitting at 7-5. I mean, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know, a top team in the West. So we'll see how that goes. Dami, the Clippers. Let's check him out. He's 7-5, and he's kind of a surprise team. Would you guys say?
Yeah, he's a rookie to the league. He's never been in any of our leagues, so he's new.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a real dominating guard. I mean, Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
And then Ant Davis is obviously the anchor in the front court.
He uses him like a 3 guard and just pretty much ISO with him and tries to do everything.
Yeah. And I mean that's cool because Ant Davis is one of those guys that
can take over a game.
Anything. Yeah.
Sure.
So Luol Deng was a good addition. I know he's been really happy about being able to get him. Billups as the backup point guard is solid off the bench. Yeah. All right. So I mean, he's looking good, and then
he's also beat the Raptors, Heat, and the Mavs.
Yeah.
So, and also
he beat me too.
Yeah.
The Lakers. So. Yeah. So I mean, statement games. And let's move on to the other team in LA, and that's me with the Lakers. Now, I recently traded away Kevin Durant, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I'm 1-0 with that trade. So
definitely a stacked team still.
Yeah, but I walked away from that trade with the best backcourt in the SGL, in my opinion. I mean, I got Chris Paul and James Harden out of that, and then I managed to keep Larry Sanders in the middle to plug that, and I managed to keep J.R. Smith. So
that's a solid.
Very strong offense.
Yeah. Now the only thing is just gotta get some wing defense, and it looks like I'll be okay. I like Tyler Hansbrough off the bench. He's a hustle guy. Richard Jefferson and Anthony Tolliver can shoot, and Marshawn Brooks can create off the dribble. So those are kind of my guys. The guys I lost were Nate Robinson, who was a big hit because I was playing really well with him.
206, Nate Robinson.
Yeah, but it is what it is. We're going to move on and keep trying to move forward in the West. Moving on to the top 4 outside. Now, these guys that we just mentioned were all tied at 7-5. The number 4 team is Josh, the Mavericks, who I feel has one of the strongest starting fives.
He's also a rookie to the league, so he's a newcomer.
Yeah, he's making a statement, man.
He's making a huge statement.
From what I've heard, Dwight Howard is not on the block. That guy is his heart and soul, and they're doing well. What's their record?
They are 9-3, and they actually gave the Rockets their first loss too.
Yeah.
So,
the Mavericks can play. I mean, all the teams in Houston can play. Or I mean, in Texas. So moving on from Dallas, you got the other team from Texas. You got San Antonio. and that's Chris Hobson. Chris, tell us about your season so far.
It's been pretty strong. Took out B-Lane last week.
Yeah, the #1 team.
Yeah.
There's a couple losses to the East, but undefeated in the West.
And yeah, that's huge.
Which I'm pretty proud about.
Okay.
BP is next on my block, so.
Cool. That's gonna be an exciting game coming up. Hell yeah. And yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So let's bring it over to BP, who's the #2 team in the West. And outside of a couple losses, he's been just blowing teams out. BP has probably one of the best on-ball defenders in the league in terms of getting the ball out and running in transition.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's got Ibaka to protect the rim, and Iggy Beal and Reggie Jackson get to the rim.
Yeah, Thiago Splitter is a huge body on there.
Yeah. He's got a really high shot contest rating, so if you're gonna go into the lane against BP and the Houston Rockets, you're gonna have to earn
bombs a lot of threes with Mo Will too.
Yeah, and I like that too because Mo Will comes off the bench, so
he gets on runs and he just Once he gets on a run, you gotta stop it.
Yeah. The momentum is shifts.
Next thing you know, it goes from a 4-point game to a
off momentum.
game.
So.
Yeah. It's a game of runs with him, but I mean he's really good at sustaining them. And for some reason, I noticed a lot of people don't call timeouts because they want to kind of get in that fight with him, and once you do catch yourself there, I mean it's tough to stop. So
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see if we can keep that up.
And some people learn the hard way, but don't shit talk him, otherwise he
he gets fired up. Yeah. Someone from the Boston Celtics, or the owner of the Boston Celtics, got an earful, and then he got bit off more than he could chew. So
yeah, I think he beat him by like 34.
Yeah. So I mean, so don't talk shit to the former champion. Next up, we got the #1 team, who is, without a doubt, the #1 guy, Byron Lane. And man, much respect to him. He's got a squad, top to bottom. Damian Lillard running the show, for Lopez and Kenneth Faried down low, Aflalo and Avery Bradley on the wings. So he's got great defenders, a great scorer up top, and great rebounders down low.
Tim Hardaway Jr., that might be the best 1 through 6 I've seen.
Yeah, and then Tim Hardaway off the bench, Jason Thompson and Mike Dunleavy. Gosh, man, the team is stacked. And on top of that, in terms of users, B-Lane is probably the best on the sticks that I've seen.
Yeah.
He's smart in terms of like getting the ball where it needs to be, right? And breaking down defenses. He's not afraid to use the whole shot clock to find a good shot.
Yeah. He actually made Shea trade Zach LaVine, who was probably one of the biggest glitches in the game after beating him.
For sure. And man, all the credit to B-Lane too, because he deserves it. He's been deep into tournaments, and he's playing really well in the West.
It's a good record, 11.
Yeah.
And 1.
11 and 1. So just remember that. Other than that, man, we've seen a lot of crazy trades go down.
Harden and CP3 for KD, that was yours that we just talked about.
I know, yeah. Man, I felt like I had to do it to give my team more depth. And if anything else, that's trade bait. So, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. And that's pretty much that. Kobe, Fareed, and Kawhi. That was an interesting trade.
DeRozan and Bledsoe for Westbrook. Like
Yep. John Wall for Rose.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
And who knows where Steve Curry's gonna land? He's been traded around.
Steph Curry is the league slut.
He's been on 10 different teams.
Seriously, and that's not even exaggeration. So
when you want to send him over, I got Monte Ellis for him, by the way.
Boom, you heard it here first.
Touchdown on the best newcomers to the league. From the West, I got Josh, the Dallas Mavericks at 9-3.
Okay, who do you got?
I have the Pistons.
The Pistons. Okay. I'm gonna say my favorite newcomer. Man, let's say Dami, because Dami is balling. He's in the top 5 with what I believe is the lowest roster. I mean, in terms of everybody in the top 5. So
yeah, for sure.
I gotta give him props for that. But man, y'all keep balling out. I'd love to see the newcomers keep balling.
Yeah.
And of course, the top guys in the SGL, us and BP and Lane.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing battle. So yeah, man. Hope y'all keep it locked here. If y'all want to watch some primetime SGL games, make sure to follow SGL NBA2K on Twitter, and also twitch.tv/SGL NBA2K.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see y'all next time.